everyone, and welcome to Christian Warrior Talk here on Patriot, Crusader Mission. A church, a community, veterans, first responders, patriots, and those who support them. It's Friday. That means one thing, it's Fellowship Friday. It's Strength and Order Friday. Grab your favorite beverage, grab a buddy, and let's get to it.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
For those of you who are new here, being that we are a growing community, I'm pretty excited about that. When you hear this,
strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Grab your favorite beverage, whether adult or normal, and cheers us, your PCM family. So as you come on, sign on, shout out, let me know who you are, where you're from. A lot of people here, I'm already going to know that, and I will strength and honor you, and I will toast that we have made it through another week and that and to our fellowship. So let's get it on, Michelle.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Christopher.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Dan.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Steve.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Roman.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Nothing like starting off with a strong series of strength and honors. I love it, you guys. Being here for, this is what it's all about. It's all about the community. It's all about us being there for one another. None of us know what each other is going through right now. There are people in here who are dealing with terrible losses in their family. There are people in here who are sick as we speak right now in our community. There are people here who haven't slept in days because their newborn infant has been screaming nonstop, and you feel terrible and helpless. There are people here who are going through marriage troubles. There are people here who are dealing with a troubled, prodigal son or daughter. And one thing that we can do is come together on Friday nights, lock shields around each other, celebrate one another, celebrate our family in Jesus Christ, which is what we have. Oh, Michelle, I am beyond tired. But that's what we signed up for as parents, right? So, I just really, again, want to point out the purpose of this show and the purpose, in particular, of our Friday show. It's to celebrate our it's to lean on each other. It's to celebrate our victories. It's to pick each other up when someone stumbles during the week. And it's to share wisdom, right? Share wisdom. If you have children and you have dealt with the witching hour, though I hate that name, but basically that's the common term, right around 6 weeks when it peaks, which is where we're at, where our daughter screams like she's on fire till sometimes 4 a.m. Hey, Tim, what's up, brother?
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So if you've got wisdom on how you got through this time, Laura and I would love to be able to apply your wisdom. We are right now on the process of working. We're very different people, Lauren and I. And Lauren is attacking this problem from one end. And thank you, Michelle. It means everything. And I am attacking it from the other end. So also great news is that tomorrow we start putting down the floor in the sanctuary. Totally pumped about that. Hey, Brandy, good. Oh, what's up, Brandy?
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Oh man, things police see first-hand accounts. What up?
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So again, keep us in your prayers. There is nothing like when your young child kicks into that DEFCON 10 wail of despair and you just are powerless. You don't know what to do. And you're there often in tears with the child, praying out to God for it to stop. But again, this too shall pass. These seasons, right? These seasons of struggles. You guys don't remember about 6 weeks ago, or actually it's a little bit more than that now, probably 2 months ago, it was Sunshine Lane, right? We were all happy and partying and laughing and things were great and everything was awesome. What's up, Steven? Good to see you, brother.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And what did I say? I said we were in the eye of the hurricane, right? So when you have calms in the storm, rejoice, celebrate, be happy, laugh, appreciate them, because trust me, every one of you, is that our Christian life is going to have more hurricanes than calm seasons, right? Particularly if you're someone that people respect and people trust, because when they're in their hurricanes, they're going to call you for help. And that's how you know that God is with you and that you're working for the Lord. If you're someone that people call when they're in trouble, if you're that person when everyone's coming apart and they come to you as the glue to put them back together, you're truly doing God's work. And that's what this group is meant to grow, people like that, right? That's what this group is about. This group is about building a war council, right? Now, there's some things I have to explain to some people. Some things were brought to my attention very recently, that I'm a little caustic and sometimes I can poke fun at people, and some particularly men that I am mentoring, that, iron sharpens iron. I use a lot of comedy and, witticisms and joking around to get points across. Being mentored is not always fun. All right. When someone, and it's not always gentle, it's not always comfortable. In fact, it's going to frickin' suck at times, because someone is going to be holding you accountable for your flaws, probably for the first time in your life. Right? And if someone is willing to pour their heart and soul into you, right? Meaning they're showing up, they're doing what they're to the things that they agree, they're listening, they're trying to pour energy, heart and soul and time, right? Because we all have only so much time. And when I'm mentoring somebody, I dump as much time and resources as I can in them. But that has to come from somewhere, right? That comes from other people that you're mentoring, and it comes from your family. It comes from, the amount of energy that you have. So my message to people who easily get offended, who love to talk about iron sharpening iron because it's in the Bible and it's cool. Well, ironing sharpening iron, sparks fly and things, and it doesn't feel good if you were the iron, right? So I'm going to say this in the most loving way possible. Suck it up, Sally, and let's get on and let's grow. And my job as a pastor is to offend the sin in you. My job as a Christian mentor is to offend the sin in you and to help you recognize and burn out your weaknesses. Now, those suck. We have them. I have them. I have a ton of weaknesses. All right. And my war council calls me on them. Right. If you do not have a thick skin, you're in the wrong place. This isn't hug it out therapy here at Patriot Crusader Mission. Everyone wants to call themselves a Christian warrior, but nobody wants to be criticized, and everyone wants to go on their own walk, and nobody wants to be corrected, and it's like the people who are like that are freaking posers, man. You think when I went to Bud's that they were gentle with me, that they cared about my self-esteem? No. It's sink or swim, life or death, eternity and fire, right? It's losing your children to LGBTQ in the madness out there, or it's giving them eternity, right? Leading them to eternity. You got to figure out what you want to do. Do you want to be the cool guy or do you want to lead? Leading is hard. It's real hard. It's not complex. It's not sophisticated. It just demands that you lead from the front and that you are going to get criticized. You're going to get picked on. You're going to have people challenge you and all around. And your big shoulders have to deal with it. And everything's your fault because you're the leader. You should have done better. Take ownership over it. Jocko Willink is the best in the world at ownership. A lot of his other stuff, I think, is complete crap, but that part is 1,000% right. Excuse me. I had some leftover chicken cacciatore this time, and it's wreaking havoc on me. But so again, this community that we are building here, right? This community is something special. We don't run. If you're a runner, meaning not a run like exercise runner, meaning if someone hurts your feelings and you run away, go away now. I don't want cowards and I don't want runners. I want warriors that when they're scared and they're wounded are going to get up and stick their shield right next to mine. And we're going to fight what's coming our way. Guys, I am a very flawed individual. I am not perfect and I will make mistakes. I will fall. I will fail you because I am a human. I am not Jesus Christ. I try to be like Jesus, as we're all called to try to be like Jesus. But I am a flawed, sinful man. I sin less. I'm working on sinning even less. But I am going to fall. And I need you to love me enough to pick me up and dust me off and forgive me when I do fail and move on and not run away. So tired of wasting time and effort on people who are so weak. I was going to do Matthew 1 this weekend, but I have to do it on another sin. I have to do it on what's the most dangerous sin of all for men, and it's pride. It's pride. Pride is the enemy behind the wire, amongst us. It's sitting in the pew next to you. Anyone who can feel slighted, and that pride can come home. It is the worst, most insidious sin of all, in my opinion. Because it's a part of strength as well. And it's celebrated by society. but it is deadly in a war council. There can be no pride there. You have to come with humility. You have to lay your soul upon the altar with everyone else and say, look at those imperfections. Look at those scars. Look at those warts. Look at those burrs. Help me, guys. Help me with everything that you got to get rid of those imperfections. Don't hide from them. For the love of God, don't hide from your imperfections. This baby right now is hitting my ultimate weakness. I feel completely helpless. Christopher said, pride. As you say that, I think of Marcel Wallace from the movie Pulp Fiction. That's pride bleeping with you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, pride in a congregation is even worse. It's vanity. It's Satan himself. It's what caused him to fall. As Christians, we have to be humble. If you look out who everyone Jesus calls out in this book, everyone who Jesus calls out in this book is prideful. Every sinner, even the adulteress who was humble, Jesus had mercy on. We have to realize that the measuring stick that we use to everyone else is the one that's going to be used against us. How is your measuring stick? I often say, because I sinned so much, because I was such a screw up, because I hurt so many people, that, I can forgive anything. Because I have wronged so many people and I need that forgiveness. Most of you out there weren't as bad as a person as I was. But you should be as forgiving as Jesus was. Where Jesus, who was just stripped of his flesh, beaten beyond recognition, tortured, nailed to a cross, screaming, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. Holy smokes. How far do we fall from that? How far are we from that measuring stick? Andrew, it's good to see you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So now we got to talk about the news. We saw a lot of violence against police today, this week, this season of our lives in America. My question is, what did you think of what was going to happen, media? You want to know who owns this? It's the media. It's the media and the Democrats who painted the police force as racist and Nazis and everything else for the past 2-3 years, if not more. Well, since Ferguson, really. What did you think was going to happen when you dehumanize cops to the point where you have no idea? I can post anything on Facebook, veteran this, that. I get nothing. I get no pushback. The second I put something pro cop out there, I get it from the right. I'm a bootlicker, right? I love authority, right? I love being told what to do. No. I get it from the left. Yeah, Soros just donated, what was it, 120 million? 120 million to affect our midterms. Our media is owned by Soros and China and Marxists. It's just ridiculous to me that the media doesn't take any blame for any of this. All right, we got a prayer here. Let me see how this goes. All right. Jerry won. Strength and honor.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
The Lord gives us strength. Fill up my brothers and sisters with supernatural strength to move, to lift up others all around us, and to let them know Yeshua, to fill, to see his presence in us. In Yeshua's holy, mighty name, amen. Hallelujah. Thank you, Yahweh. Lord, bless the United States of America. Lord, let our real leaders shine. Let the ones that love you first, then love our beautiful nation. In Yeshua's holy, mighty name, amen. Well said, Jerry, and thank you for that. So again, we have these cops getting killed. It's going to keep continuing. We had the whole, we have a statue of George Floyd out there. A felon, man who held an armed and loaded gun to a pregnant woman's belly when robbing her. A drug dealer, worse and more. But we pull down our founding father statues like they're nothing. But the news is good. There is good news, everyone. We are winning. It would be easy to think we're not. You watch ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC, CNN, whatever, all those. It would be easy for us to see how we might think we're losing. But we're not. The tide has shifted. The tide has shifted and eyes are opening. The police officers with their body cams have recorded that illegal flight in New York, I think it was, that Fox News aired, is everywhere now. How many more of those are we going to get? The buses upon buses of young, healthy males from, coming across our border. That footage isn't going anywhere. The overreach into our schools. And the suburban women who have betrayed us time and time again, finally opening their eyes and seeing that the state is not their friend and wokeness is against their child, not for their child. The Black community not wanting to live in perpetual hell of more crime and more crime and more crime, with little babies getting shot and children getting killed with stray bullets. Eyes are opening. Ears are opening. It's our job to use our influence to keep spreading what we know to be true. That's the gospel, but it's also truth. For those of you who have been joining my my sermons on Sunday and my Bible study Monday through Friday at around 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, I usually share news because our congregation, our membership needs to be informed so they know how to vote. They need to know where the Bible stands on today's issues. Danae Scott. Oh, I love you, girl.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And here's to Chris Danae.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Great to see you, and I hope you and your big dog are doing great. Hope you come through Tennessee someday soon. Christopher says, I believe the eyes are starting to open, but I hope memories can be long this time. We need to keep reminding them daily. We do. We do. Our memories are short. It is January, and they need a war in Russia to distract from the apocalyptic Biden administration's first year. Don't you find that interesting? Do you find it interesting that the president of Ukraine is telling Biden to chill the rhetoric and say, listen, this isn't a foregone conclusion? I'm trying to plan a trip. We'll definitely let you know if I can come. Can't wait today. I'll pray for that to happen. Um, it's interesting that the president of Ukraine is saying that, but we're sending 8,500 troops over there to Eastern Europe now. Why? Why? Thank you, Brandy. I appreciate it. I think the Hope Report's great every day, but I'm glad you enjoyed the Hope Report today. For those of you who haven't subscribed to the Hope Report, you would be doing me a personal favor. We are so close to the magic number of 1,000, which is monetization. We're at 959, and it'd be great if you guys could go over there and subscribe to that channel and give us a thumbs up. It would make all the difference. We need like 41 more likes to hit the magic 1,000 number. This mess in with Russia is the ultimate distraction piece. Yeah, and Andrew, who's from Russia, would know because the rumors of war is a scam conducted by Brandon Biden and Putin. I don't understand. I was hoping to have you on tonight. I just never got a chance to call you. I would love to get your insight on what Russia gets out of this. I mean, I know their economy's in the tank. I know they're had a terrible COVID response and all that, and they are trying to drum this nationalism up because Putin needs a distraction over there. And I know Biden needs a victory somewhere, right? If he can make it look like he made Putin back down, the press will tout him as the greatest president of all time. I mean, that's their standard for this joker. This guy who can barely remember to breathe in his own name. But I don't understand if Putin backs down in Ukraine, what he actually gains. I don't understand what he gets. That I understand that they're going to, but that pipeline isn't open yet. I know it's got more to go, and they've said they're going to they're going to cancel that pipeline if they invade. So again, I know that Germany is 100% dependent on Russian oil right now, and that's why Germany isn't doing anything with this whole thing. Why Germany is completely compromised. What a surprise. Weak sauce. Biden and the Dems think if they look tough with the military, he can win votes. I believe if we do this in the Ukraine, the Chinese will move into Taiwan. It's very possible. I don't care about Taiwan or the Ukraine, to be honest with you. I care about our southern border only. I understand they're high. They're high. I also know that Biden asked Putin to increase production. How ridiculous is that when we were energy independent under Trump? We were exporting oil under Trump. But I guess we love just being poor. The thing that drives me crazy about all of this is how many people think that the U.S. is wealthy. We are not a wealthy nation. We are bankrupt. We have maxed out credit cards, and we have to keep calling the banks for an increase in our credit limit because we have no hope of paying them down. This is all an illusion. All of our stuff is all an illusion. It's terrible. And it can all come crashing down. If we lose the global trade currency, we will go into an apocalyptic recession, depression. And China, if we pick a fight with them, and Russia, because we're determined to pick a fight with them, could very well make that happen. And if that happens, we are in for hard times for the next 50 to 100 years. Let's pivot to the good stuff. Eyes are opening, ears are opening. We have, what is it? We have 9 months to the election. 9 months. You have to make people remember for 9 months. 9 months, people. And we have to keep holding the light to the darkness for 9 months. If we take back, or when we take back the House and Senate, it'll be investigation time. And the investigation time will become the leak machine. And every day, information will be leaked. That'll go into the news. That'll destroy people. That'll let them know that they are going to jail and they're done. That's why they have to try to make this COVID stuff last until then, guys. They have to make it try to last to the midterms because it's the only way they would ever win another vote. Yeah, it's disgusting how we're concerned about the Ukraine's border, but not our own, right? We all know that. So now we have to turn it into what we're doing. As you guys know, with my sermon on Sunday, one could very well big pile on the other, Andrew. America, if we give up our freedom before we lose the global currency, it's over, of course. But if the global currency goes down, we'll become a 100% socialist country because everything will be gone overnight. Service industry will be gone overnight. All of your money in the bank will be gone overnight. It'll all be worthless, just like what happened in Argentina. People with millions of dollars in the bank means nothing. Nothing. But I'm really optimistic about this Canadian trucker strike where they're blocking roads. And I thought I read a headline in the Epoch Times or Epoch Times, however you pronounce that. If someone can ever tell me for certain how you pronounce that, I'd like to only say the word once. But supposedly they're heading to D.C. after they're done with Ottawa. And I would love to see D.C.'s roads shut down by citizen action. I would love to see that state, that city crippled by truckers. Love it. That's the weakness of DC. It's small. It's very vulnerable to a truck strike like that. Same thing with New York. It's funny, you don't see anything about the big trucker strike on very many things. Elon Musk had to tweet about it for Fox to cover it. And he said Canadian truckers are awesome. But that's the only reason why Fox News covered it, which is kind of depressing. But people are waking up. And, you know, and I think that's a great thing. Hey, Melissa, great to see you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Truckers are vital to our economy, and their job is the number one job on the chopping block by big tech. Tucker Carlson covers this extensively in his book Ship of Fools, which is a fantastic read, which predicts almost everything that we're in right now a couple years ago, where he is against automated driving trucking cars. Right? He's against automated trucking because the number one great paying job for adult males without a college degree is a trucker. It's trucking, truck driver. And the cost that would be to society to undo that profession overnight, just so Amazon could make an extra 20 cents per package delivered or save 20% per package delivered with automated truck driving, would be catastrophic, and it's not worth it. Him and Ben Shapiro got into this because Ben Shapiro worships capitalism. I'm a fan of capitalism, but I'm a Christian. And I think we have to, free market is good, but I think that free market can also be bad. You're seeing that free market bad with Facebook and Amazon and Microsoft and Apple and all these companies weaponizing themselves. Steve says, cop to trucker when we move down. I think that would be a great job. I think that would be a great job. Owner operators, man. I was looking at one of those trucks. It's got like 100, like one of them I was looking at, I think was 186 inches of sleeper. It was like an apartment. Like it had a kitchen sink and it had a microwave and an oven. I mean, it was like a camper. It was like a camper. It was so, amazing with this cool bed and widescreen TV. I mean, it was amazing. The only thing it didn't have was a jacuzzi. It had a shower and had everything. Pretty darn cool stuff. My dad has owned a small trucking company for 60 years, and as an 80-year-old, he still puts on his boots and drives every day. Cannot get a 30-year-old to drive in a liberal PA. Sad. You got that right. Got that right. Yep. Class A trucks are awesome. They really are. And I'm guilty of cussing truckers out on the road when they're clogging the roads and they're going slow and they're high-speed lane. That's industry, my friends. They are delivering food. They are delivering the goods. They are the blood of this economic system, of our quality of life. I can't remember how many trucks have to go into New York City every day. It's like hundreds or thousands of trucks because, of course, you can't grow anything in New York City. It's all pavement and concrete. So they have to import all this food for all these people who live stacked on each other like cordwood, right? All the ants in the ant nest, except they don't make anything and they don't do anything, right? They don't produce anything. They're just there. And these truckers bring their lifeblood in. We got empty shelves in our stores right now because of the union workers at these freaking union ports and on the West Coast that are working barely any hours and not doing anything. And you can't have small owner operators come in there anymore. It's terrible. And Melissa said, when Trump was president, there were more trucks on the road. More trucks equals better economy. You got that right. Oh, you have Christopher said he had a Class A license, and I regret letting it go. I hear you, brother. You know, I wish I was as handy as you, bro. You and your dad are like amazing at what you can build. And, all I do is I know how to kill people and I know how to heal people, right? The medic in me and the SEAL operator in me. There's a few other skills that I have, but none of them are as useful as swinging a hammer and being able to frame your own house and build your own stuff and all that stuff. And now I regret not becoming not knowing. My dad's a master plumber. I wish I knew how to plumb. I wish I knew how to do electricity and carpentry and all these things. And just feel like I don't have the time right now to learn all these skills. I know it's all a YouTube video away, and I know that we all have to need them. And I know that part of what we're going to be doing here on this church training facility compound is teaching men how to be men. And there's a very big part of that of knowing basic electrical, of knowing basic plumbing, basic carpentry, how to work on your car. There's an independence and a freedom and an empowerment. And your family looks at you with a sense of awe when you can fix anything in your house. I saw this with Ken Graves in his house. His wife just looked at him as Superman because she's like, there's nothing my husband can't do. And he would go do it. And I wanted that for everyone. I wanted that for every man. I saw how empowering that was. I saw how good that was for their marriage. I saw how that put him in a leadership, the driver's seat and the leadership of his family. A lot of other things too, of course. And Chris would say, those are great skills. And I thank my dad every day. Your dad's a great man. I look up to your dad. I really think he's a great man. And, so you're lucky to have a father like that, Christopher. So what else are we going to get into tonight? I'll let you know how my training's going. I missed today just because the baby absolutely destroyed us last night. And then I had to be a good friend and go, and I would have went to the gym. And I'm bummed that I missed today, but I will make it up tomorrow. My workouts are going great. I knew what was going to happen, and it's already starting to happen. I had my rapid loss of like 10 plus pounds, and then my body that's been starving to pack on muscle since I'm doing some really heavy weights as well as hitting the heavy bags, as I'm starting to pack on that muscle already, and my weight's going up even though my fat level's going down. So if you guys want to be following me, you can follow me on MyFitnessPal, and then my username is Patriot Crusader, and you can follow me there. I'm not always the best in getting my steps on there because I don't always put my watch on, but my goal is to get 10K steps a day. That's just being active and being out and being around and hustling. And that just shows that I did my footwork for the day, boxing and doing my combatives as well. Eventually that'll probably elevate to 20,000 steps when a baby lets me frickin' sleep. Having your body shift around is really cool. It never happens as fast as you want unless you're going to do something freaky, which I'm trying not to do anything freaky. I'm making adjustments to my diet. I'm not eating crappy snacks or junk or any of that other stuff, but I'm not going carbless, and I haven't gone carnivore yet. Right now, literally what I'm doing is I've cut out all the extra junk. I'm eating, more fats and protein, more protein being number one, less carbs. But I haven't gone like Nazi. I haven't gone, keto no carbs, any of that other stuff. I'm trying to ease into this because I'm in it for the long term. And I know that as I become an athlete, my furnace starts burning faster, right? Like once my body starts getting used to working out for 2 hours a day, it's gonna start burning and demanding that fuel. And then I'll plateau. And when I plateau, I have a choice: either add more cardio or cut the carbs. At which point I'll cut some more carbs. And then I'll go until I plateau again. And then it's time to figure out what I'm gonna do there. Yes, for you, Lauren. You are an iron woman, and I am blown away by your love and your strength of character. When that baby is screaming in my arms, it destroys me. And watching you weather that like an iron woman, I feel so weak and so it's like such a failure when I'm doing that because I'm just getting angry and I'm getting frustrated and nothing good happens with that. And I watch you sit in that storm hours upon hours and upon hours. And I just salute your mental toughness. Like I'm mental tough in some ways, but baby crying is my freaking kryptonite, man. Particularly when I don't have the milk to give her. I don't have the bed to put, I don't have anywhere to put her down. And just when there's an end game, I feel like I'm completely set up for failure. And and it's just awful. It takes me to my breaking point. I'm ashamed to admit that, guys. You know, coming on here and sometimes feeling like a fraud because an hour ago, I'm sitting there at my end with my 6-week-old daughter, just totally crushed and helpless. Just, you know, it's horrible. And again, there's people going through way worse, and I'm not trying to act like I got a great life. But this is also, like I said today in the Hope Report, it's affecting our marriage. Lauren and I, who have literally the best marriage I've ever even heard about, are not maintaining the standard of marriage that we have had throughout our whole time together. Thank you, Danae. That means a lot. And thank you, Steve, Brandy. We're not, you know, I didn't even remember. Like I knew Lauren's birthday was coming when I was over there, and I thought I had another day. And I remember a couple days before that, but I was so smoked, didn't even remember. Now I recovered and I got flowers and did what I did. But how crappy, guys! I promised myself I never, because my wife's family doesn't make a big deal out of her birthday, and one of the things that I've been doing our whole relationship was making a big day with her birthday, and I just we don't want to put that out, Brandy, for the world. It's in January. Um, and I let her down, and part of me felt like part of me died when that happened because thing I'm most proud of. If you want to throw her social up too, Brandy, that'd be great. Just kidding, don't. um, is I'm most proud of my marriage. Out of all my achievements in this world, my marriage is my thing I'm most proud of that I can't wait to lay at the Lord's feet. And I don't like where my marriage is right now. I mean, we're best friends, but we don't talk very much because we're solving things separately. Where Lauren just had a baby, and we haven't been physically close now in quite some time because of the pregnancy and the rest of that. It's hard to turn that around. And I never thought we would be that couple. you know, but that's the season we're in. Now, I know it's temporary. I know there's an end in sight, but I just don't want to put forth like our goal here is for me to to model a healthy Christian life, Christian marriage, as a father, as a man, as a boss, as a mentor for you guys. And today in the Hope Report, talking about this is I don't want you guys to think that I don't suck at times. I really suck at times. And it's the work that I do when I don't suck that allows me to recover. It's the capital I put into my marriage. It's the capital I put into my friendships. It's the capital I put into my war council. Right? You're building an account because you're going to have to take a withdrawal at some point. You're going to suck. And when you suck, if all you do is withdraw from that, you're not going to do well. That's why the Bible is so wise with its words. Is there's a time for everything. When you are not in the suck, you have to be that busy ant. You have to be working on putting that equity in to your marriage and to your friendships and to your war council and to God. Thank you, Danae. And I sure do miss hearing your husband's voice on the phone. Sure do. His voice was so warm. Thank you. Just want to let you know, Danae, that today on the Hope Report, Melissa and I were talking, and there's two people who I know that we had a big impact on. And it was Chris. I felt like I had a good impact on Chris. And then if you guys remember Bill, who's no longer with us, Chris and Bill are no longer with us. Chris, Bill was, 80 something years old, was a helicopter door gunner, a literal war hero, been shot up, huge medals and everything else. And he used to call into the show. And we got him saved and we got him back in the Bible. And we got his testimony on the Hope Report. And knowing that Chris was in such a good place for the Lord makes all of this, all the work, all the everything worth it. Knowing that when I get to heaven, I'm going to see those two guys and they're going to have a seat at the table for me. And if that's all I do for all the rest of the time of this, it'll be enough. We the people, good to see you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So Chris says it's in our DNA as men. We as men need to work on being able to not fix everything. You're right. Well, let's do that. Strength and honor.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Chris and Bill. Oh, thank you today.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
As you guys know, I so miss my co-host. I miss my wife being here, smiling, being the butt of my jokes. I can't wait till she comes back. I'm sure you guys are tired of my monologues. Her Laurenisms are, she's so funny. She could be a comedian. She's so funny. She's just so shy. Her humor's so dry. And if you've been watching her posts with the baby, trying to keep in good spirit by putting some funny posts out there. Oh, she's so funny. I wish you could see how brilliant she is. But I know that you guys miss her as much as I do. You know, fumbling through this time alone without her is rough. So appreciate that. So let's get in. Let's wrap this up with with my crusade against obesity in Christianity. It is a massive problem. If you are a churchgoer, if you are a Christian, you are more likely to be obese than not. If you are a Baptist, of which I am not, you are the fattest of all those groups. All right. We here at Patriot Crusader Mission have launched a crusade against obesity in the church. We are being an active church. I am working out every day, or most days, and I check in on my Instagram app before the workout, say this is my time to go walk the walk, and then I check in at the end of that, usually a sweaty mess, and saying this is me checking out. So I encourage you, all of you out there who are inspired, and thank you. I got so many positive messages from that sermon from cops all around the country who have gained weight, to former military members, to just normal patriots who were convicted by it. Don't be another fat Christian. No one's going to follow you, and no one takes you serious when you're fat. They don't. You may have an impressive resume, and maybe that'll get you past that doubt. That's how I got around it, right? I'm a former SEAL. I got a resume, this, that, and the other thing. But when you're fat, you discredit all your resume. Everyone just looks at you and sees your sin right there on your face and on your waistline, and acting like you're some beacon of light, that you got the answers and Jesus is the answer. If Jesus was the answer, why are you stuffing your face to death? Right? You want to lead people to Jesus, you need to look like somebody that they would want to be. Right? Your life needs to look good. Your actions need to look good. And you need to look like you're not drowning your sorrows in cookie dough ice cream every day. So I challenge all of you out there. Christopher, I know you started your new initiative. How's it going? Brandy, how are you doing? I know that you started that. Check in, guys. Let me know if you suck. If you suck, it's okay. Owning that you suck is the key, and then stop sucking. I feel great in the gym. Like, the only thing that sucks right now is my grip, my hand discipline from hitting the heavy bags and working on my, banging so much, is that my hands are so sore, my forearms are so sore. As you adjust to the impact and the hand trauma over and over again, there's a toughening that happens. So I'd love to know, Christopher, how's your keto going? And Brandy, what are you doing different? I know you're not working, so you got plenty of time to work out, even if it is walking. Going good. No sweets. Need to get out and watch tracker. Get a watch tracker like you know. Go do it. It makes you accountable. I've got an Apple Watch, and I hate it. I literally hate it. It's not anywhere near as good as my, I liked my Fitbit way better. But my Fitbit kept breaking. They'd keep replacing it, but they would keep breaking. It would break when I'd hit the heavy bag. My Apple Watch has not broken yet, so I guess that's good. I'm getting better with my Apple Watch. The step counter isn't as cool. Garmin's are great. You know, they're pricey, but they're great. But getting that and then logging in, creating a free account at MyFitnessPal, which is an app on your phone. It used to be owned by Under Armour, and just having accountability online. You don't have to log your food if you want, you can. You don't have to log your water if you don't, you can. But your workouts will naturally show there, and your step counts will show there, and it's a good way. You know, you don't have to be perfect in entering them all. You're only cheating yourself if you do it, but people will be able to see that you got your 10,000 for the day or your 20,000 for the day, right? For your steps. And then, you know, your workouts will be in there. You know, I posted months of workouts um, on our, not what the heck is it called? On our, I got it right here, Patreon page. And in our group, I put all my everything that I'm doing there. And those are the workout series. I started a world level 1 and I work all the way up to a level 30 workout and then beyond. Telling you guys, yeah, by doing combatives and doing whether it be a martial art or boxing, I recommend boxing, Thai boxing, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Everything else is just phony. It's bullshito, as they call it. It really does make a difference. And it's a great form of cardio while sharpening your skills. And you're gonna feel so much better as that muscle memory comes back and you become more effective at transferring power into the heavy bags or into the sparring partner that you have. You're gonna feel awesome. Awesome. So, well, we made it through an hour, guys. I appreciate you guys doing this. Please say a prayer for tonight that we actually get some sleep and that the season comes to an end soon and we get on to the next season, you know, which will be Lauren and I reconnecting and putting the marriage first and figuring out what our new normal is with the baby and everything else. So God bless you all. And remember, I'll see you on Sunday at 11 a.m. for a service at which I'll be talking about pride, what I consider one of the most deadly of sins. So I'll see you on Sunday for my sermon on pride. Thank you for all the prayers, everyone. Thank you so much. God bless. And if you want to support us, please, please, please donate to this church at patriotcrusadermission.org. It is tax-free. You will get a tax-free paperwork at the end. It's a way to tithe or a one-time donation or a monthly donation. We appreciate all of it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We've got $2,000 worth of flooring that we're putting down in the sanctuary, and then I've got about another $5,000 in the end, from maybe right around $5,000 or slightly under, to do this whole thing in cedar planks or cedar planks for the ceiling and the walls and everything else. So we got a large project, but I want the church to look nice. Tanner, hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Love you too, Danae. God bless everyone. Bye.